Hi guys, it's Tallgeese here with another Gunpla model kit review and taking a look at my third real grade that I've built, which actually has come out this year. Most of the stuff I've reviewed so far, actually I think everything I've reviewed so far except for my very first model kit review has actually been from something that wasn't released this year, but this one was released this year and is the real grade Tallgeese EW from Gundam Wing. Haven't watched Gundam Wing. I don't plan to watch Gundam Wing anytime soon. But this model, or this mobile suit, looks really cool, and I've heard people really praise how this is a great kit, and I tend to agree. This kit is really good. It's really hard to decide if I like, out of the three that I have, if I like the Mark II or this Tallgeese more. They're both neck and neck. They're pretty damn good, both in their own right. Anyways, so here we go. This is the suit that's used by the antagonist, as far as I know, from Gundam Wing. And this is a really great design. I love the white. I like the whole Roman warrior kind of look they got going on some of the design choices, which is really cool. The build's really solid. It's a fun build, though I will say at times it's a bit of a, almost seems like you're building a high grade at some points, especially with the legs. The legs are really simple to build, and this kit only uses maybe a third or maybe even only a quarter of an actual frame pieces. Everything else is just built from components, so it's a little unfortunate that he's a bit simplistic, but you do get a really solid kit that isn't falling apart, which is fantastic. I really like the plastic used as well. This is just panel lined and stickered, it's not painted, and the plastic is a nice glossy white, which I really enjoy. I'm not actually sure if there are multiple shades of, there is multiple shades. There's this glossy bright white and there's this darker white, but it's not used a ton, so you can't super tell a lot of times. Not a huge amount of color separation aside from obvious different colors. The head itself is really good. It's probably one of my favorite heads on a mobile suit. I just really like the look with the plume looking thing. The eyes, I really like the sticker in there with this bright cyan looking sensor there is really cool, and overall it looks great. Something you can do, pop off the head, I suppose, try to show this, is you can actually, if it wants to, there you go, you can actually remove the head and top part if you want, and then you can actually see the Leo, the standard Leo head underneath, which is actually kind of cool. You can just pop that back on. Put the head back on there. This model does come with marking stickers, which I've applied them all. There's not a ton, which is nice. It doesn't take too long to apply because there's not a ton of them, and they're not super excessive, so it's just nice, subtle warning stickers and whatnot all on it, which is pretty cool. And because this suit is made majority white, the stickers look pretty good on this. The borders get lost in the white, which is quite nice for the most part. You have the booster here. This is always a design choice I thought was weird. It's got a booster right on his crotch, to like the Leos, but a nice little gimmick because as you pull that up, the booster extends, which is kind of cool. On the torso here, you can open up the cockpit, which is also always a nice feature. On this side, you can open on each arm these little, covers, which then show holes where you can port in the accessory holding limbs, which I'll show later. But that's also really cool. One thing's interesting is that the arms can't actually bend all the way straight. They can only go so far as this. They'll always have this bend, which is a bit interesting. I don't really know if I should complain about it or not, because it doesn't really bother me that much, but it's something to note, I suppose. He does have these big boosters on the backs, held up by limbs here, which are really nice. They have a specific name, I can't remember. But you can open these up, so you can open that up like so. You can then pull this one out, and then you can open up these, and you got the fully deployed opened up boosters, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to do the other one, but that is something you can do, which is really cool. They are also articulated on these arms here, so you can pose them a majority of different ways if you so desire, which is always cool. Move them out of the way a little bit. On the back skirt here, you can actually open these up to get more boosters, which is cool. And on this side, you can also open up these skirts to, I don't know, just open, I guess, and get to see some of the foil stickers. An interesting design here as well. As you can see, the little peg, like the peg out. The side skirts actually peg into the side to the thighs, which is interesting. Excuse me. But overall, it's a really good looking suit and model. Really no complaints. In terms of articulation, he's pretty good as well. What do you expect from real grade? You look up a bit, look down a bit, you can pivot quite a bit and rotate, though that just popped off the head. You can move the arms and the shoulders, move out of the way. Rotation. Double hinge. Ball joint at the wrist. A ball joint at the waist with a decent crunch and some back movement. You can move the legs forward, not actually as far as maybe you'd expect. Obviously, you can pop these side skirts out to get more articulation if you need to, because you definitely need to pop them out if you wanted to get some more spread there. Double hinge at the knees, which shows off some of the inner frame, the details, which is pretty cool. And then you have ankles that move down, they move up. You get 2 points there at the toes, and you get pretty damn good pivot on this figure, or this model's ankles as well, which is also really cool. In terms of accessories, he comes with some decent amount of stuff. I guess first off, like I said, he does come, actually first he does come with the action base adapter. You also get the 2 limbs for holding the accessories, or some of the accessories. So this one's for the shield. I think they might both be this. No, they're not the same. This one's for the shield. This one's for the Dober gun, and they both port in like there. I'll show that in a minute. Comes with some alternate hands. You do have a trigger holding hand for the right hand. You also have this pivoted holding hand for bladed weapons. You get, I think, oh yeah, no, sorry. You get 2 of these normal standard holding hands, 1 pivoted holding hand for the right hand, and you get 2 open hands. Funnily and interestingly enough, you don't get the real grade articulated hands, which I don't really care that much because at this scale, the articulated hands, they're almost kind of unnecessary anyways. You do get the Tallgeese shield, which is really cool. It's this round buckler style shield. Some stickers there look really cool. And on the inside, have a handle here for holding. And as you can see, you can flip these out. You actually have the beam sabers. You can just unport them like so. And, you know, hilt-wise, they're pretty simple. But you do get 4 beam saber effects. You get 2 pinkish red beam saber effects, which look really good. The length of them, it's pretty good length. They look really good. And the red looks really nice on the white mobile suit. Another really cool thing is you get another pair of actually clear whitish beam saber effects. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if they use these style of beam sabers in the anime or not. That's also pretty cool. It's a bit more unique. Unfortunately, I find with the white mobile suit, the clearness beam saber doesn't really stand out as nicely if you're displaying with the beam sabers, so I actually don't like to use those ones. I like using these ones. They're pretty good, and you just gotta take the gripping hands, take them apart. There's a little tab hole there, and you just tab them in, and he holds them really well. Next up, his last weapon is you do get the Dober gun, probably one of the more interestingly assembled guns I've ever, well, one of the more interesting weapons I've assembled. Has some interesting features. Obviously, you can port it to the thing there. You do get a handle that hinges out like so, and you can rotate it as well. You also get this handle, which can rotate out, which is useful if you have it on a small amount on the shoulder. You can remove the clip, which is really cool. I like that. And the really cool feature is it actually has the blowback effect for, like, if you're just firing it, the barrel would blow back. You actually get that action. So I think that's really cool. It's something they probably didn't have to do, but I think that's really cool altogether. You can just have them holding it if you wanted to, but it's meant to be mounted onto the shoulder, so I'm going to go off camera and do that real quick. Alright, now I have both the accessories mounted on the arms here, and that's really cool for a lot of different reasons. The shield being on this this mount here is nice, because then you have the mobile suit holding other accessories in this hand instead of the shield if you want to. And then the overgun, you can store it off the side on the shoulder if you want to, like so. You can rotate it around, and I guess you just have it like that, and you could have him posed like that firing it. I'm not sure if he has to be holding it to fire it. But you can also get it in such a way where he's also holding it while mounted. That's a bit finicky to do, which I'm not going to show because I don't want to waste all my time trying to do that, and I don't want to waste your guys' time trying to show that, but you get the idea. It can be a little awkward trying to get poses with him actually looking like he's shooting the doper gun because of how that works, but if you work with it, you can get it going. And overall, this is a really, really solid kit. Might be making my top 10 figures of the year, not sure yet. But either way, it's still a really solid addition to the real grade line. And even if you're not familiar with Gundam Wing, like I'm not, if you just really like the design, or you just want to build a really solid real grade, 100% would recommend looking into picking this one up. It's really cool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you all in the next video.